Right.
Like it's either all or nothing. It's kill or be killed to the fullest sense of the term.
Yeah.
And that's how I saw it, you know. And then looking ringside, I see my family,
Right.
My son, you know, he's 1 year old, 1 year old, and my mom, my dad, my uncles, cousins, like everybody was there, friends, teammates, everybody. And I just said, nah, yeah, this is my time. And the warm up in the back pre-fight, just I was drenched. Like usually when you're warming up in the back, you're like breathing hard and you're a little nervous and you're hitting and then the nerves and it's a lot, you know. It could be a lot in the back pre-fight, and like I said, post-fight interview, I was like, some people break in the back.
Right.
You know what I mean? In the back, you could get in your own head and you can break mentally, and that can affect your performance.
Oh yeah, definitely. Overexert yourself or whatever the case may be.
Exactly. You get too riled up, and then things could go south for you. So I just stayed really calm, and I was striking with precision in my warm up, and I felt really confident, and I was loose. And by the time I walked out there, I was drenched in sweat, and I was just ready to let it go. And I knew like I knew deep inside that there's not only that opponent, but that there's no person at my weight class at that moment in time that would have beat me at that moment in that place.
So what advice would you give somebody coming off a loss, stepping into the ring and doing the best training they have? What advice would you give to somebody that's ready? That's ready to step in the ring and might have a little bit of anxiety or inhibitions?
So trust in your training. Trust in your training, trust in your preparation. If you cut no corners, there's no reason you should doubt yourself. If you cut no corners, there's no reason you should doubt yourself. And sometimes, you know, like Bruce Lee says, sometimes you have to learn to accept failure as well. The failures will make you. You know, if it wasn't for that last loss, I wouldn't have covered all these gaps that I ended up finding in my game cardio wise. I thought I had great cardio. I gassed out in that one fight, and I realized, you know what, we need to take everything off the board and start from scratch.
Right.
And I've done that so many times in so many aspects, not even just in martial arts, in so many aspects of my life and business and so many things. And this time I started from scratch, and I found the answers. Nutritionist. I work with a nutritionist.
Yeah. If we could, can we go back to like rewind just that day that you signed the papers? Like, okay, I got to fight now. Like, how much time did you have to train for the fight?
I had a good amount of time. You know, in those first losses that I had, I took them on short notice, 48 hours notice.
Holy shit.
Against a number one guy in Arizona, or 2 weeks notice against a top guy from Chicago. And I made some bad decisions when I first started my career as a pro, and that's what I try to keep my fighters from doing, making the wrong decisions, and I try to guide them and help them in the best way possible that I can.
Right, yeah, that's a great coach.
To set them up for success, you know what I mean? I protect them from themselves and their own egos sometimes, and that's how I wish when I was young and I was starting in the game, I wish I had someone to protect me from my own ego, but that was not the case. The case, everything worked out for a reason, for me to become the person I am, to help them to not make those mistakes. So it is what it is. But going back to your question, I just wanted to go out there, work hard, and my advice would be to just trust in your training, trust in your preparation. If you cut no corners, you will be fine. You know what I mean? Trust in your preparation and visualize the moment, visualize the win. The visualization is a major key so that you don't feel like it's something new. It's like, this is what it's supposed to be. You know, even after the win, I was like, I'm going to be so excited. I'm going to be so intense. And even after it was over, I just felt like I've already been there so many times. So I was just like, I wasn't even like going crazy or anything. I was just like, oh, you know, I was more interested in, you know, being there for the opponent. I was like, you know, hugging them and telling them like, hey bro, it takes a real fucking warrior to step in here and don't get down on yourself, because I know that pain. I know that pain to lose in that cage in front of all the people that love you. So I was more thinking of him, you know. So it's crazy.
The empathy and the win, man, that's fucking good. That's fucking very, very, very good, especially as a fighter, man. This is a different type of sport.